Gentlemen, welcome back to the drawing room at the Brook Street Resort. We've already said goodbye to 4 suitors: Wordsworth, Keats, Byron, and Eliot. Let's see if she's planted a clue. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. That's Victor Hugo. Perhaps he's saying that, but the real sweet core of life is the nectar of love that attracts another to us. Think about that as we head into our lesson. Are you ready?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, come with me.
Nice to see you.
Gentlemen, your lesson today will nurture your talent as budding romantic poets. And Joanne Plummer from the Mill Street Florist in Manotick is here to tell us how that language of love stems from all things floral. Over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So good to see you here. I've put forward a few different types of flowers that I thought we could talk about because during the Victorian times, a whole language of flowers was developed. The rose, of course. Everybody thinks of the rose when we talk about love and passion. And in the ancient language of flowers, the white rose always stood for purity, purity of thought and of deed. The orchid always meant the most beautiful of all. Something else that I thought that you might find really interesting is the Victorian tussie mussy holder. And this is the old container that people would actually make a little bouquet and drop the flowers right into the center of it. Okay, guys, so I thought it would be nice if each one of you wanted to choose a few flowers, and you can make your own bouquets that you can use for your own presentation.
Yeah, I want those, please.
The whole, no, I think we should...
I think I should like those.
We'll work with something a little bit smaller than that. See anything in there that
2
kind of...
white roses and an orange rose.
Oh, you know exactly where you're going. All right.
I want to try. Which ones are these right here?
This is a delphinium.
Regardless of whether it's appropriate or not, I like orchids.
Okay. Well, Faulkner, what I'm doing for you here, just putting your flowers together in a little posy so that we can see if we can get it into a tussie mussy holder, because that's what you had said you thought would be really great. Now, how are you with that? Are you happy with the way that turned out? All right, then I'll tie it off for you. Good balance, good weight. Hey, you guys can come and work here.
Now that you've learned all their sweet names and chosen your bouquets, let's head back to the Brook Street Resort and present them to Roxanne. Gentlemen, I hope your lesson today has allowed you to bask in the full bloom of romance. Your task today is to write a poem about the flowers you've chosen, comparing their qualities to a woman, in this case, Roxanne. We've provided cards for your final drafts. Time's up, gentlemen. Put your cards with your bouquets, and I'll come by and collect them both.
Come in. Oh! Wow. That's nice.
There you go,
Wow.
my lady.
Thanks. What's all this?
This morning, the gentleman went to a florist, and as you see, you have an armful of love happening here.
I don't even know what to say about that. Wow. Okay. Who is this from? I like the colors.
Dear Roxanne, I always choose thoughtful gifts or flowers. Not knowing you yet led me to think of what you may be looking for in this process. I hope you liked the bouquet and my symbolism of a relationship. It was really fun to write.
I really liked what he said about solid yet fragile, symbolizing the care of a relationship.
The aroma of a good bouquet complements a moment, I must say. To the ends of the world I would scour, if you asked me to, for just one flower. Tolstoy.
As per usual, Tolstoy's words are smooth like mercury, right? And so, I mean, that was a great last line that he penned today.
An orange rose carries my passion for life and love. 2 white roses shelter purity of word, deed, and soul. From me to you, Roxanne, past, present, and future.
At first glance, I thought that this was a very simple bouquet, but the way that he's described them as a trio reflecting past, present, and future, that's very moving, actually. Oh my gosh, that's just gorgeous. I've never seen anything like that.
I picked some flowers for my lady to show her I care and what I thought of her. I started with a calla lily, which means magnificent beauty, and then I think she's pretty.
I think it was called like fussy hussy.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, I hope he hasn't written that I'm a fussy hussy.
No.
Whoa, wow. There's an extra note in the box. The thought of meeting you for the first time makes my heart flutter. Faulkner. Well, he's a sneaky one, isn't he?
You have 4 bouquets and 4 poets before you. Have you selected one flower from the garden?
I have.
What do I intuitively think about her? She strikes me as an intelligent woman.
Well, I don't think she's a joker. I don't think she's a flake.
I think she appreciates originality. I don't know, because and spontaneity, because I'll be honest with you, I don't put that much thought to what I'm writing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take it to the poet.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, I entered Roxanne's boudoir with my arms full of flowers. She was incredulous, amazed, impressed, and now I'm entering this room bearing more good news. Roses are red, violets are blue. Roxanne has chosen, and she's chosen you. Tolstoy, please step forward. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tolstoy, thank you so very much for the stunning floral arrangement. I marveled at your closing line, Roxanne.
Nice.
Mr. Tolstoy has joined us, man of the hour. You may ask one question.
Thank you. Hi, Roxanne. If you could name your 3 most attractive qualities that have nothing whatsoever to do with your physical appearance, what would they be?
Whew. Hi, Tolstoy. I would say that number 1 is my loyalty. The people who are close to me in my life, I would do anything for them. And the second thing would be my strength. I think I've been through a lot of experiences in life. I'd say the third thing would be, I think, having a sense of connectedness to the world.
Thank you, that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for making me think so hard.
Okay, I'll escort you up.
He asked the question fairly quickly. He didn't share any information beforehand. A couple of the men have done that. They've snuck a couple little details in, but he didn't really do that. So I didn't really feel like I got more information about him.
A passionate, powerful love letter can be an ode to the sensual and the sublime. Take, for instance, this letter, written by Franz Liszt to his love, Maria Dalgout. When it was written, Franz was a poor musician, while Marie was the rich wife of Comte Charles Dalgout.
Marie, Marie, Oh, let me repeat that name 100 times, 1,000 times over. For 3 days now it has lived within me, oppressed me, set me afire. I'm not writing to you, no, I'm close beside you.
In the 19th century, famous actress Sarah Bernhardt writes this passionate letter to her lover, the poet, dramatist, and novelist Jean Respin.
You came. You breathed your powerful breath over me and other people. My hesitations and my whys and wherefores all crumbled. I drank on your lips the truth of love, and I trembled in your arms.
How would you convey your attraction to someone in a love letter? Here are some do's and don'ts for turning want into word. Do recall the sensory cues that evoke the other's presence. The whisper of a warm breath against skin, the brush of a finger against the hollow of a knee. Do use elegant stationery and personalize the letter. A hint of your favorite scent or rose petals sifted into the envelope will say what words alone cannot. Don't be embarrassed. After all, who knows you more intimately than a lover? Don't hold back. An imagination is a terrible thing to waste. Byron Wordsworth, welcome back to the show. You're here for a well-deserved second chance. We've invited you to take part in this episode's final note. You'll have 5 minutes to make your case to Roxanne. To hide your identities, we'd like you to use block lettering and not sign your pen names. The other suitors do not know you've rejoined the courtship. Please take your seats. All is fair in love and war, a war of words, that is. Wordsworth's all too brief prose and Byron's intensity merited a second stroke of the pen. Time's up. I'll collect your letters. All right, if it's a short one.
This time, hopefully, what she'll get from that letter is the sincerity of it. No more rhymes, no more games. Let's just get it all out in the open.
Let's just say I'm not holding my breath, but I'd be really happy if I wasn't eliminated.
Gentlemen, it's time for the final note, the literary equivalent of a forget-me-not. As you know, your prose is paramount. For that reason, we'd like you to write this final note in block letters and not sign your pen name. You have 5 minutes. Take your seats.
I still don't like not putting a name at the bottom.
I think I've got a lot of faith in that she knows who I am and that I'm the author of this letter.
Romance is all in the imagination. I think I've been blessed with a little bit of an imagination.
I don't think the other three can compare with me.
Time's up, gentlemen. I'll collect your letters. There's a look of dread on your face. I have a surprise for you. 2 suitors have rejoined the group.
Really?
There are now 6 suitors, so I have 6 final notes, but they're unsigned.
Oh.
So you need to read them carefully and make a decision, but you need to eliminate 3 suitors today.
Oh, no. It's like saying goodbye all over again.
I'd love to return to yesterday when I had a chance to meet your friends. Unfortunately, in the words of Tennyson, the real one, not the one we've been listening to, but tender grace of a day that's dead will never come back to me.
Right, no signature. Well, I know who this is. This is Faulkner. Wow, I like that he's quoted Tennyson.
Ideally, I would say the perfect combination of words to pique your interest in a way that would make your choice simple in my direction.
Sincerely, blank. Tennyson.
How did you determine it was Tennyson?
There are a couple of spelling errors, so I do believe it is Tennyson. That's terrible. I hope they don't actually air that.
I'm hoping to convince you to let me continue this great adventure. Perhaps I can reveal a bit about myself. I'm a man of action who likes doing, not watching.
I can't figure. I think it's Elliot. I think it is Elliot, actually. A man of action who likes doing, not watching. That sounds like Elliot. He has a lot of energy, I think.
This whole process makes me want to party and dance. Are you a dancer? Sincerely.
This is Hemingway. I feel like the past few letters, he hasn't been sharing as much, you know. It's been very cryptic in a way, and this feels a little bit stingy to me. He really was, I think, the person who stood out from the beginning the most, and now I'm starting to feel differently.
I love the friends that I have. I love the way my friend's little girl runs to me when I come over and says my name wrong in the cutest little way.
I think this is Wordsworth. He writes about, I love the way my friend's little girl runs to me when I come over and says my name wrong. That's, I don't know, you know, that speaks to sort of a quiet gentleness.
The journey, your travels in life, always bring a sense of calm comfort as you return home. That is the objective of the journey, to find home.
This one's obvious. It's Tolstoy. Always the poet. He always paints a picture.
Roxanne, have you decided who will stay and who will go?
Yes. Based on these letters, there is a possibility I would consider giving somebody a chance to return.
Could you write your Dear John letters to the remaining 3 and also write letters to the 3 that will continue to court you, inviting them to carry on, and I will deliver them.
Okay.
Thanks. You know who they are?
This is Eliot. This is Hemingway. This is Tolstoy.
That's not. No, this is Wordsworth.
What? Mm-hmm. No. Well, don't tell me this. Like, I don't trust my judgment at all now. Oh my God. How am I going to trust?
Him with my own eyes.
How am I going to trust anything I think now? I wish I didn't know that. I really do.
I would be surprised if I was eliminated next, but I still think that I'm going to win this.
Just show up, get eliminated, show up again, get eliminated again. And we kind of suck.
It'll be tough. It'll be very tough, but you gotta roll with it.
All is fair in love and war.
I will make it so.
Thanks.
Gentlemen, we've arrived at another moment of truth. But before we declare who will be leaving us, there's something you should know. 2 departed suitors have returned to the letters, and they too wrote unsigned final notes to Roxanne. Those 2 men are Byron and Wordsworth.
How are you guys?
Good to see you.
Hey guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
How you doing?
Roxanne read all 6 notes, and she's written a Dear John letter to 3 of you. You may now turn around, retrieve your letters from the mailboxes. Dear Johns, please step forward. Wordsworth, 2 strikes, but never out. Tolstoy, poet among us.
Thank you.
We miss you. Hemingway, Your confidence has inspired drama. Unfortunately, you must now all leave the Brook Street Resort. Please follow me.
Gentlemen, good luck, boys. Take care.
Later.
I decided to send Hemingway home. It surprises even me, really, but I made that decision because I'm finding that he's writing progressively fewer words. I don't know, it speaks to me in terms of a sort of arrogance. Tolstoy's letters are beautiful, but I'm finding that the letters are a bit abstract. He's just sort of consistently delivered who he is in an envelope. Wordsworth, you know, unfortunately, it just became a numbers game, and that sounds awful, but that's the honest truth.
Like I said, I kind of half expected it not to work out. I don't think that me and Roxanne just have that connection or were able to establish it.
I don't think I did anything to distinguish myself from anyone else except for perhaps not giving away too much about myself, which she might have been looking for.
I'm feeling okay. It was a bit shocking at first. I didn't expect to be eliminated, as everyone knows from the previous stuff I've said.
I had to choose which one of those guys would I go out with.
That's a good question.
Now, if you think, who would she pick?
I can't tell you who she'd pick.
Faulkner's a smart guy. He's pretty sharp. I think he's had a game plan through this whole thing. I think he knows what he's doing, and I think that you know, he's just he looks good on paper.
Next time on The Letters, rediscovering the art of courtship.
Roll it right around.
And so for it to be so awkward was, in my mind, devastating.
Sort of a letdown in a way to get this letter.